Hey guys, Rich from Richmond Gaming. Hope everyone is doing fantastically well. It's a Monday. Happy new week to everyone. Hope everyone had a really good weekend. I managed to catch Dune yesterday at the cinema, and what an amazing film that is. If you're a fan of the book, if you're a fan of any of the other Frank Herbert content, absolutely go out and see that film. It's a really good adaptation, stays super loyal to the source material, and yeah, overall a really good movie. But we are not here to talk about Dune. We're here to talk about some more changes to our beloved Marvel Crisis Protocol. So, for those of you who have been following the channel, for those of you that have seen Ministravaganza or any of the other videos that are out there, we know that there are some upcoming changes to the game in terms of the core rule set. So let's quickly jump over to the latest transmission, recap of what those are, and go through some of the new changes. So here we go then, guys. Latest transmission from Atomic Mass Games, Marvel Crisis Protocol, what to expect in the core rule changes. Now, a lot of these we already know. That there are at least one of these changes that we haven't seen before. So starting up, they're talking about roster selection. We can have two characters with the same alter ego in our roster, but not in our squad. So we can put both versions of Doctor Strange in our roster, but we can't field both of them in our squad. The second one was the tactics cards. So we know now that we're going to be able to take 10 tactics cards in the game. I've already said I absolutely love this one. Really happy about it. The third one then is crisis selection. So it ties into roster creation and sort of how we generally build the game, but we're still going to be taking 3 of each, 3 extraction, 3 secure, but we choose them completely random. So we still roll for priority in exactly the same way. We still choose whether we want extracts or we want secures, but then the card that we choose is not discard 1, pick from 2. It's pick 1 completely at random. So let's skip over this one for a second, and the last change that we know about is how Infinity Gems are going to work. They're going to be no longer taking up a character slot in your roster of 10. However, they are going to be permanently attached to the character that you take them with. So if you choose to take the Reality Gem on Corvus, you can't then play Corvus without the Reality Gem. That's how you've got to see it. But it's this one here that I am really interested in. So we'll go through this one. So if you've watched some of our recent streams, you've already heard of all the changes up to this point, but we didn't talk about this one. We have decided to change the player that selects the threat value after crisis selection to the player that does not have priority, instead of the player that won the roll for priority. This accomplishes a few things for the game. Primarily, it removes some of the benefit of having priority. Getting to select which crisis type you get to use for the game and the threat value led to a style of play that we were not a fan of and artificially inflated the importance of crisis selection above that of even characters. We want players to remain focused on the characters they pick and the tactics they choose, and not focused on creating spreadsheets of opening moves. Randomized crisis selection and the non-priority players selecting the threat value of the game both work together to help combat this play pattern. Very interesting. I have been on board with all of the changes that Atomic Mass Games have made so far to the core rules. I love the increase of tactics cards. I love the way that gems are going to work, and I like the fact that we can take multiple alter egos. I'm not sure on this one yet. I understand what they're getting at. The player with priority does have a huge advantage when it comes to selecting the threat level and selecting the crisis that they want to play. Randomizing that, I think, negated it somewhat. I'm not sure if this goes a little bit too far, but it'll be really interesting to find out how it actually plays once we start using these games on the table. So one thing I wanted to just touch upon was how important priority is. Now, I want to just direct everyone to Longshanks. If you haven't been on Longshanks. It is a fantastic tool. It tracks all of your games. Most events now are using this, whether they're virtual or in person. Significantly better than TTO, because not only does it track all your games, but it also shows you all of the statistics. So we can see here, for example, some overall statistics, what threat level people are playing at. We can see here that 386 of the games, which looks like it's maybe just under half-ish are played at 17, which is what you would expect. We can see here the extractions that have been played the most, the secures that have been played the most, so on and so forth. But the one that I really want to show you guys is this one here, priority. So Atomic Mass Games are saying that the emphasis on priority is really, really important. When actually, if we look at the statistics, 50% of players win with priority and without priority. It's a complete even split. Now, is this a huge database? No, but it is, I think, over 1,000 games. Just looking here, well over 1,000, right? 1,523 games. So 50-50. So how important is it? I'm not sure. I get the whole turn one play thing, and I get the whole, the min-max players who are, I think for a lot of people, and definitely a lot of the more casual players, they're not interested in that. They're not interested in working out to the absolute millimeter length how far a character can go and then do something and do something else to be able to break the system, basically. And I understand that that's what Atomic Mass Games want to try and discourage, and they want people to turn up, have fun, play the game. But you're always going to get that 1% of players that absolutely want the competitive side of it. But, for the most part, it's not a problem. 50% of the games are won, whether it's priority or not. So I'm not entirely sure whether I agree with this one, as I mentioned, but it is going to be in the rules. So these rules haven't come into play yet, but they are on their way. So it's definitely worth making sure you are fully aware of them. And to help everybody along, in the next week or so, I'll put together a quick video on how to now create your rosters and everything else that you need to set up your first game, kind of an updated how to play sort of guide. But let me know down in the comment section below. Do you agree with these changes? Do you think they've gone too far? Do you think they're good? Always interested to see what you guys have to say about things. Remember, guys, you can probably see the prizes behind me. They are starting to stack up. Guys, we have got the Initiation League organised play kit. This has the absolutely fantastic artwork, the Captain America and the Red Skull cards in there. We've got a Hulkbuster to give away as well, and we've got a Dormammu to give away. On top of that, we've got some tokens turning up. We've got some vouchers to give away, all sorts of things. And why are we doing this? Well, we've got our big streamathon happening at the end of this month. In fact, end of this week even, 28th and 29th of October. There'll be links down in the description below as to how you can be part of that. Just by turning up and watching, fantastic, guys. You're supporting this fantastic charity, Candlelighters, because all of the monetized revenue for the month of October will be going directly to the charity as well. But if you want to be in with a chance to win one of these fantastic prizes, then make sure you head down to the Just Giving page, and £5 will get you 3 entries, £10 will get you 8 entries. Again, I'll pop it all down in the description below. And throughout my 27+ hour stream, we'll be doing some giveaways and picking some names at random from all of those who have donated. And a couple of questions came in the other day, like, is it just for the UK? Absolutely not. I am, out of my own money, I will ship these worldwide anywhere. So if you are somewhere in the world that doesn't have the Hulkbuster, and I do believe that is everywhere but the UK at the moment. Or even if you've not had Dormammu, or you just want to get your hands on some of those really cool character cards, then make sure you head over to that Just Giving page, donate, and be part of the event. Big shout out to all of the sponsors of the event that have made it possible. So a shout out to Elysium War Games, to Union County Gaming, to Leodis Games, to Blackgate Games, and Coggo 2. All of these prizes have come from those 5 fantastic sponsors of the event, so a huge shout out to each one of those. And also to all the other content creators out there who have agreed to help me and actually come and play these games with me over a 27-hour period. It's really, really appreciated. As always, guys, it leaves me just enough time to say stay well, keep safe, and until next time, bye for now.